What's up, everyone? Sorry, I don't know what I'm doing. All right, I gotta talk to you guys a little bit about some stuff that I've messed up in the past. This is about polishing. I know I'm not even close to being ready to polish, but at least wanted to kind of show you some stuff. All right, so when I was doing the swapping to left shoulder, I mean I thought it looked great, but apparently there was some stuff that I missed, I overlooked. It wasn't until I was updating to what, 5.6 that I kind of caught it. Um, so I have all of this. I think I had originally had this moved over here. I think whatever that issue was, that's fixed in 5.6. There was like a floating issue. So as I was updating to 5.6, I noticed that. I moved that back. Honestly, I don't know if that caused any issues. But moving on, we're on the linked layers base. This is where we're editing it, right? So what I had to do was, to be honest, I think actually what I did was I noticed when I was running the dude, the legs were all wonky. And I ended up going into here and I actually went into the anim graph. And I noticed it was the upper lower body split, right? I knew that was it. And I literally just started unplugging each one of these pins until I found what, I think, in fact, let's show you. I think I did this, right? And then, let's see, I'm going to go back to one player. But let's see. Ah, it says the wrong one, right? But that's exactly what I did. So let's plug this one back in, and then we're going to unplug this one. No, that's not it. See, I just, I don't know. Let's find that one. Yeah. So I found it like that, and then I don't know. I don't know if it was like I ended up looking in here, but that's how I eventually. Is that how I don't know. But that's how I got to here, and I found it's this full body start state. It's not the full body start state. It's full body cycle state. Full body stop state. I don't think I needed to add it in there. But basically what I'm doing is I'm multiplying it by -1 because, like, if you don't, right, let's just do, is this the cycle? Yeah, so watch this. So I'll go to the left. To see how the legs are backwards now, or the wrong angle. But yeah, so it was one of those things that there's just little things like that just play testing. Really, I mean, and I know they always say, right, like you're not supposed to polish before you have stuff done that you know is going to be in the game. I know this is going to be in the game, so that's why I'm doing that now. So the next item that I noticed is, I can close these out. Okay, so let me show you this. So if we're going to open up the mani that we have, I'm going to go down to weapon L, and notice it's 168, right? So now let's ignore that one. That one's not done yet, but notice what that is, right? Future videos coming soon, I promise. So on here, let me go down to weapon L and details. It's different. I don't know why Unreal did this, but this is a default Lyra starter game. I haven't modified this one at all. And I keep a default on my computer just to double check everything, because I'm actually modifying the base Lyra game, which I know is awful. I shouldn't be doing that, but I don't know. There's too many things that I was changing that, I don't know, it made sense to me. So, but let's go ahead and find this weapon L again and go to the did I just minimize the details? Okay. You you can't really see that. But look at this. So it's negative 11. If you notice, negative 11 and negative, not 112, that's Quinn, negative 168, it's about 180 degrees off. So just rotate that in that X 180 degrees. This is only if you're doing the left-hand shoulder and the detach. I'll go ahead and close that out. But my point with that was, whenever I was in the input abilities, this is the swap shoulders. Where is it? Yeah, swap shoulders. You go into this function, and see, I was playing with this. I can go ahead and delete this now because I've fixed it. But I did put it in here. So note, the Manny and the Quinn have their weapon L socket flipped 180 degrees. I left this for my future self if I ever update to, like, I don't know, 5.8 or 6.0 whenever they come out with that or whatever. But I rotate the invisible socket on weapon L. Yeah, so I actually had tried a bunch of different ones. I tried adding a virtual socket, stuff like that. But I figured just modifying this. I'm already modifying stuff anyways. But that basically gets rid of when in fact, here, let me go into, so we're going to go into the weapons, pistol. If you remember, I have, is it the ID? No, that's the weapon socket. The WID. So I've added this left attachment. So now I have it, it's negative 90, 90. It's just the mirror image of itself. But I had originally had like a negative 180 here. But whatever I noticed is that the Quinn, so let me see if I can do this. So I've got a Manny here. Pull out the gun. And if I rotate 180 degrees, it's upright. Let's see if I can get you a Quinn real quick. Oh, perfect. First time. Pull out the gun. Notice it's upright. Before, because it was rotated 180 degrees, ignore all those as I'm talking about a polishing video, right? But anyways, so that is the next fix. This last one right here is this dropped weapon. So I had originally noticed that this one's kind of all at a wonky angle, but I'd originally done, maybe go ahead and edit this. So I had originally, in the viewport, set this up to where I've got this cube. And the reason for that was it gave me collision. It gave me physics on it. And it was for prototyping. It was really fast. I ended up not wanting to have to do a whole bunch of work. It was just, again, rapid prototyping. But when I had a little bit of time, I figured as I was bumping everything up from I think I was in 5.2 or 5.4 to 5.6, I might as well. So I've got this one now where, ignore that, because I actually haven't set it up. I just did the physics on it. But I'm just running the skeletal mesh and then the box right off of here. So what I did to get the physics I wanted was I added skeletal mesh. Again, I can change that. I'll actually have to program all of the stuff in here. So all of this construction script, the begin play, all of this stuff I'm going to add to this one, rather than try and do this because it gets all finicky if you do that. But my point is, so what I did was, I think anything in here, so this collide with environment, simulate physics, linear damping. I did turn this up because I noticed the gun was jumping all over the place. You could probably turn that down to the original. In fact, let's try that and let's see how that works. Yeah, so it's still fine. But let me show you when it gets all messed up. So you have to play with this. It's this collision right here. So if I have it as custom, notice I am blocking everything but the pawn. I might have to change that. And this, I mean, that's polish right here, right? Like, so I haven't tested it with vehicles yet because I don't have my vehicles in 5.6. So it's coming, I promise. Those are coming. Updating the vehicles for 5.6 is coming. But if I hit, let's block pawns. I'm going to go back to overlap, but let's just try this. So notice, I'm going to run over here. This gun's going to go flying. I don't even know where it went. It is into the atmosphere. There's a few times where I've caught it and it's, you know, flying across the screen, but change that back to overlap, and then let's run it again. But this gives us a better, like, look at that. You can see that the gun now, in fact, let me show you this. So I'll go back into here. So the way that I had it before, I'll change this to shotgun. Where's the details? Yeah, I'm on the details. Rifle ID, or ID rifle. I'll change it to ID shotgun. Let's rotate it so that way when it falls, watch this. So notice the shotgun is now, it's like halfway in the ground. This one, you're getting the full, I don't know, physics off of the mesh. So it's a little bit, again, not much, but little things like that, just kind of going back in and polishing, right? So I got the weapon drop up and running, and it was great. And then I just, as I had some free time, I was like, hey, you know what? One night I'm going to do this. I've got a little bit of time. I might as well play with this. So it's just, it's small tweaks like that that make the game come together. You don't want to do it off the bat, or else you can spend literally way too long. And I'm totally guilty of this as well. You can spend way too long working on stuff that just, it doesn't need to be done at this moment. Just get stuff up and running, you know, get stuff playtesting. You can mess around with this for a ton of time, but then you get into the hands of playtesters. Like there's an old programming joke where a guy built a virtual bar, right? And he sets it up to where, you know, someone comes in and orders one drink, they order 99 drinks, they order -1 drinks, everything runs fine. The first customer walks into the bar, asks where the bathroom is, and the bar burns down. So I know, horrible, dumb programming humor joke, but that's the thing is other people are going to play test the shit out of it, and they'll find stuff that you never thought of. So anyways, just a little notes on polishing, I guess. So just kind of an update. Most stuff's running in 5.6, but as you saw, I've got some cool things coming, right? So I've got different grenades, which I'll be doing next. Again, just a quick update on polish and stuff, see where the game is. I'm still working on it. Didn't want to leave you too long without an update, but stay tuned because I've got some cool grenade stuff coming soon.